Don't you dare pull out a garden hose in California. Californians will have to start living with dusty cars and dry lawns if the state's Water Resource Control Board has its way. The board is proposing a number of strict prohibitions on water use to deal with a recently declared drought in Southern California, including bans on washing your vehicle with a garden hose, watering your garden 48 hours before it rains, and even hosing down your driveway. If the board's proposal goes into effect, engaging in any of this sort of water usage will earn the violator a hefty $500 fine. The rules were first imposed on a temporary basis at the direction of California Governor Jerry Brown during the state's 2014 drought, and were phased out as the effects of the drought lessened in 2017. But with the U.S. Department of Agriculture's drought monitor declaring 44% of the state to be in moderate to severe drought last week, the Water Resource Control Board is proposing to make them permanent. Water Board Chairwoman Felicia Marquez told the Santa Rosa Press Democrat, "We're not in an emergency right now, but shame on us if we just bury our heads in the sand. Allow people to go out and waste water by washing down the driveway with a hose when a broom would do." Of the 3.4 million acre-feet of water saved by all the conservation methods during California's 2014-2017 drought, the Water Board estimates that only 1% of the savings, some 12,489 acre-feet, was a result of the end-user restrictions that might soon become permanent. That's because the kinds of behaviors targeted by the proposed regulations make up a tiny fraction of California's water usage. According to the numbers compiled between 1998 and 2010 by the state's Water Resource Department, only 10% of California's water is consumed by urban uses across the state. Some 50% is used for environmental purposes, such as keeping streams or beds wet. Another 40% is sucked up by the state's agriculture business. So, next, you'll only be able to take 3-minute showers, and after that, you'll only be allowed to flush the toilet twice a day. So, I mean, I could go into depth about why this is stupid. As the article points out, by a study by the Water Board, the restrictions that they're wanting to make permanent between a span of 3 years only accounted for 1%. Because they're targeting the wrong things. It's not garden hoses that are causing droughts. People like to point out all these people, especially environmentalists. Here's these people with giant lawns. Oh my God, they're watering it. There's people out there that think that water is a natural resource, and to some extent it is, but they think that you have a right to water. Meaning, if I have water in my backyard, I don't have a right to own it because that is a resource of the earth. So somebody can come into my backyard and drink my water. I have no ownership of it. This issue, the drought in California, by the way, which isn't because there's an actual drought, it's because they built a huge city that requires water in a desert. Los Angeles? Yeah, that's in a desert. You want to see a city built in a forest? Look at Portland, Oregon, which is just north of California. That city's built in a forest in the Pacific Northwest where it rains a lot, a moderate rainforest, and they have plenty of water. There's a giant river that runs through Portland, Oregon, that makes the LA River look like just drops of water from a spilt cup.